For our Baby Groot Thanos NBA tip-off edition, we are going to talk about how we have Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers are opening up the season right now as we speak on Tuesday night. But
oh my god,
noted,
they have
22
oh my
free throws,
god,
and it's not even, I don't believe,
it's
halftime.
tied. It's tied. The game's tied 35-35. I thought it was gonna be a blow.
It's 4 minutes into the second quarter, and there's already 22 free throws. Yeah, NBA, great start. Great start,
Leslie,
guys.
James Harden, 8 free throws already. How much Embiid had? Only 4. Yep, Harden has 8 free throws. How many points Harden had?
He's hitting his free throws. Tatum's got 6.
16 points. Half of his points are free throws, Ace. Half of them. That's definitely James Harden. He's back taking this league by storm. Free throws. Hey. Free throws. Hit me and I get free throws. Bloop. Bloop. Oh. Oop. I got contact again behind the 3-point line. Free throws.
All right.
Oh no, IJ. You're just jealous that James Harden can make his free throws while Russell Westbrook cannot even hit a damn free throw. Your guy sucks.
All right, Flash. Back to basketball, not James Harden's free throw issues.
That is basketball, sir.
Well, I know, but we're talking about the
back
teams.
To the script. The script. Okay, let's get back to the script.
All right, so we know 76ers Celtics going on right now. I mean, it's going to be tip-off. You have a lot of guys figuring out the rotation. Celtics are with the new head coach right now. So, I mean, you can't take too much into what happens night one, but I mean, for hell's sake, Noah Vonleh is relevant in 2022-2023 season. Like, Noah Vonleh hasn't been relevant in a solid 5 years. Well, like I said, yes, so teams are figuring out the rotations right now. You got some guys hurt, some guys working themselves back into condition shape. So you're going to see a lot of roster shuffling in terms of rotation and stuff like that. I mean, Lakers, Warriors, Steve Kerr even said it. That's 10 o'clock tonight on TNT for the ring banner ceremony, but you're gonna see a lot of the bench guys rotating in, and I'd expect Golden State to win this game tonight because of that, because they have the deeper bench. And you're gonna see guys like Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman in his first game back in almost 2 years. He's gonna be hungry. Moses Moody. I do believe Jordan Poole's coming off the bench again. I don't know exactly if he's starting or not, but I'd expect Golden State to pick up where they left off in terms of depth scoring.
They might slow down a bit for the beginning, but I think the Warriors will win tonight.
Yeah, it might be like a slow start to the game for both sides, but I do expect the Warriors to win.
I think the Warriors will win unless something happens with the Lakers, like some sort of spark comes out.
I don't believe this Westbrook 6-man thing is gonna work. Unless they do it where it's like he's labeled as a technical 6-man, but then he ends up playing like 34 minutes a night. So, I mean, if that's what it happens, I mean, by all means, go for it.
I don't even know who's starting 34
minutes a night. I do believe it'll be Pat Bev starting.
Pat Bev is starting at the moment. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, because Steph and Clay and Draymond aren't playing heavy minutes for Golden State. But, well, Pat Bev says we all know Russ won't come off the bench. So who knows actually at this point? They haven't announced the starting 5 for Lakers.
Pat Bev thinks it's nonsense, but let's be honest. Only people that's really been sticking up for Westbrook throughout Lakers as of right now.
NBA players.
No. On the
KD and Pat Bev.
No, time out. I said currently on the Los Angeles Lakers. The only people I see that currently stand up for him is Devin Harlan and Patrick Beverley, and that's the problem. When Patrick Beverley was supposedly Russ's known adversary for years until this year. Let's put it that way. All right, you don't see LeBron saying anything. You don't see AD saying anything. Maybe a blue moon AD, but I mean, I could probably go back. Actually, Austin Reeves does stick up for Russ as well. Like, he has been. I would say Bung too, but he's no longer with the Lakers. So,
all right. So, what are your predictions for both teams tonight? Since we're already doing these two teams, actually all 4 teams. So where do you think 76ers do this season? Where do you think they end up? Top 5 seed?
Top 4
seed.
Assumingly,
how far in the playoffs? If health is not a factor. We're going to do this with health is not a factor going through every team.
I have to say
second round exit.
Second round exit.
Right.
Only reason why I'm saying second round exit is because, there's no proof in Harden. There's no proof in Doc Rivers.
I don't trust Doc Rivers getting to the NBA Finals or Eastern Conference.
That is a choking setup right there. And listen, you know what? The Cavs might be a surprise team in the East. That could be a top 4 team.
Hey, let's not jump the gun. Let's not jump the gun on the Cavs. We're gonna talk about the Cavs in a minute.
Okay.
You're gonna jump the gun on the Cavs. All right, Celtics. What do you think? I think they end up as a number 7 seed and they don't get out of the first round.
It depends on their coaching. If this intern coach can coach all right, then they could go second round, third round.
It depends on Robert Williams' knee as well. I don't believe Al Horford at age 35 is going to be that much of a difference maker. So I want to see how Robert Williams comes back and how he's doing. But all right, Golden State, I'd say top 3 seed, and
they might go top 4. You could say top 4.
I got Golden State back in the finals from the West.
It's hard to repeat, but it's not impossible. I'm not going to deny it.
I am high on Kuminga, and I'm high on Wiseman, and I'm high on Moody.
The only team I can see, the only team in the West I can see right now that'll give the Warriors hell is assuming Ja Morant is healthy, it might be Memphis.
And since we're doing health is not a factor, I'm going to say the Clippers as well. Those are my top 3 teams in the West.
I could agree with the Clippers, unless Ja. Well, even if John Wall and Reggie Jackson shit the bed, if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard do what they're supposed to do, that's also a potential finals team.
All right, going now to the LA Lakers. To be honest with you, I
don't even know if 7 seed. As of right now, I'm going to be pessimistic about the Lakers because
9 seed,
10.
10. Okay. We get good enough.
I wish 10. I wish I could say better for the Lakers, but there's bigger problems.
Hey, we need the bold take. Producer JP's, we need that big sign. Flash said the Lakers 10 seed.
It's not a bold take. It's just me being pessimistic at the moment. There are some questions that need to be answered with the Los Angeles Lakers, and I have not seen those questions answered yet. People want to scapegoat Russell Westbrook for all their problems, knowing damn well they don't even use Russell Westbrook properly, knowing damn well Russell Westbrook should be the secondary ball handler, if not primary ball handler of the Los Angeles Lakers, but they're letting LeBron's ego get in the way. That's what I see. And it's not even LeBron's ego. It's just people, they just want they still want LeBron to be top because it's LeBron James, for crying out loud. They still believe that.
All right. Let's stick into now. We finished tonight's teams. We're going to move on to the Eastern Conference teams. Going to go through all the Easterns and then the Westerns kind of quick because, we're already 30 minutes into this. All right, Toronto Raptors. I got them, honestly, being my 6th seed in the East this year. Siakam's there, Scotty Barnes. Those two are going to drive it. Fred VanVleet is pretty good still. I mean, you got, what's his name? OG Anunoby. Gary Trent Jr. You still got some pieces there. I mean, Siakam is like a under the radar second team All Pro, consistently All Star. Not consistently All Star, but he's like that tier level. And Scotty Barnes is that probably going to be potentially the 18, 10, 7 guy for that team. That's pretty good numbers for a second year player. So I see them being the 6th seed. What about you for the Raptors?
It's possible. I could see him being 6th seed. Worst case, probably 9th seed. Probably.
All right, their floor is 9th seed, ceiling going to be 6th seed. I can get behind that. All right, next up, Milwaukee Bucks. Honestly, 2nd seed, 1st seed.
Top 3 seed.
Top 3 seed, yeah. I think their floor is the 3rd seed, and their ceiling is the 1st seed. Albeit, I do hope and expect Bobby Portis to keep up what he was doing last year because Brook Lopez is starting to see the decline in the health and the durability. Chris Middleton will be out a couple of weeks to start the year, so 2 big question marks with the Bucks, but I believe with Giannis still there, they get the job done to start and sustain it until they get going with all the pistons firing, essentially. Ashton said, "Nice John Morant jersey for Flash."
Thank you, Ashton. Thank you.
All right,
I'm glad I got it buy it at work. I'm glad we had it in stock, so I had to buy it. It's on the
all right.
random rounder. Okay, what's up?
Next up, we have the Miami Heat. To be honest with you, okay, did I already give a 5 seed? I don't think I gave my 5 seed. I give them my 5 seed.
Your 5 seed. I can see that as well. This question's for Miami.
I give them their ceiling as the 2nd seed and their floor as 7th seed. But I expect them to be the 5 seed.
Could be the worst, absolutely worst, if that's even possible for them. But I could see them being a 7th
with
seed.
no injuries, I expect it to be 5 seed. Chicago Bulls.
They could go as high as 3. I'll say that right now. They could go as high as 3.
But. All right, Chicago Bulls. I mean, Lonzo's gonna be out for a while. Ayo Dusumbo. Oh God,
they might be like a 7th seed. They could be a 7th seed.
Yeah, I think to be honest with you, I think they miss it. I don't think they get out of the play-in.
That's possible.
Be dead serious with you. I don't think Chicago gets out of the play-in.
Billy Donovan's coaching is suspect. People don't want to admit it, but Billy Donovan's coaching is very suspect when it comes to serious. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I think
they'll do fine in regular season. I'll say it right now. They'll be fine in regular season, but
hey, that Nikola Vucevic trade is gonna go down as almost the Brooklyn Nets, Boston Celtics, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce trade level bad.
Potentially.
All right, going up next, Brooklyn Nets. I expect them to be anywhere between the 5 seed to the 10 seed.
No, let's give them 4. They could go up to. Yeah, let's put them up in the 4th seed.
All right.
Maybe 8th seed at worst. They could go top 3. They could go top 3.
9. But their floor is the 9. My bad.
But floor is the 9. The highest they'll go is 3. I think. The only thing is, my question is Ben Simmons? That could be.
We got to see what Ben Simmons we get. Do we get? His first 2-year Philadelphia.
They got to use him as a power forward. Let's put it plain and simple. They got to use him as a power forward. Put
him on the block. Honestly, if I was them, I would have him bring the ball up the court, have Kyrie as shooting guard, and then you hand it to Kyrie, you pass it to Kyrie, you set a screen for KD. Like, you just move up and you set a screen for KD and just have him pop out for 3 every single time. And you have Ben Simmons roll to the paint. Because people can't get behind through Ben Simmons' screen, especially guards, since you have him at guard. So that's just me, but I don't know. I still think Steve Nash is a very sus. Steve Nash is a very sus coach.
As I said, I think Ben Simmons should stick to his abilities of grabbing boards and defending rather than. And it's okay. Have him as a point forward. It's fine. You don't have to put him as a point guard. You don't need him guarding.
No, not like a point guard, but have him point forward where he
that's what I said. That's why I said Ace. Yeah, I literally said that. I literally just said.
And then keep him on the he passes, goes into the block and does his thing. But we'll see. All right. Going now to the Atlanta Hawks. Their ceiling is anywhere between the 2 seed and the 8 seed. For real, I mean, they brought in the pieces. They vastly overpaid for DeAndre Hunter, in my opinion, giving him $95 million. He has not done anything to deserve that, not even close. But you got to keep the guy, so paying him what he is, I guess. But all right. Trae Young's going to do Trae Young things. But what about you for the Hawks?
They could be a 5 seed. I could see it. I know it sounds like there's like a bunch of teams that could be a 5 seed. But it's true. I mean, with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young, it could be. But at the same time, they looked lost last season too. So what could happen? I don't know.
All right.
Hawks are just a question mark in it.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, this could be a potential 3 seed in the East.
I could see. 3 is pushing it, but I could see it.
Like, their max, I think, is a 3 seed. If what we think they are on paper is what happens on the court. And, how it is. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen.
Worst case, they're a play-in team. That's the worst case.
Worst case, like C8, C. I don't think they end up 9 or 10.
That's still play-in. You're still playing.
Yeah, I know. All right, Hornets. Yeah, lottery team. I don't expect them to get anywhere.
They're not the Hornets
the prison
anymore.
yard. They're the prison yard Bucks.
The Charlotte inmates.
Yeah, Charlotte inmates.
Or what's a better name?
Between Miles Bridges, J.K. Booknight. Oh boy, P.J. Washington and his problem with
the Charlotte.
Yeah,
problem?
I don't think Hornets.
Especially
with Steve Clifford.
I was about to say
the big red dog. Especially with Steve Clifford.
They put Steve Clifford as their head coach. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but
he's gone after the end of this year. He's just a stopgap because they missed out on Kenny Atkinson. That's all it is. He's just a fill-in for this year. This is gonna be a wash year for the Hornets. They're gonna get a top pick. Hopefully not number 1 for Wemby, but it's gonna be a bad year for the Wizards. The Knicks.
You think the Wizards gonna be a bad year?
I was gonna go with the Knicks and then the Wizards, but the Knicks, I would say play-in team. I don't expect them to get out of the play. Like, I don't expect their max is first round exit. They ain't going anywhere past that. I don't even think they probably get out of the play-in if they make it.
I think Wizards are a play-in team as well.
Okay, both play-in teams at the max.
I think Wizards at max will be a 7th seed at max.
They'd make it into the first round, but I expect most likely they're gonna be a lottery teams, both of them. It's the best interest for the Knicks to stick in the lottery because that team with Jalen Brunson and Evan Fournier and Julius Randle being your big 3. I mean, with RJ Barrett, of course. Brunson and Randle, all that money. I'm not a big fan of that. All right. What you got?
They put AD. They put AD as a 5.
All right. What's the starting lineup anyway for the Lakers?
It's not out yet. That's all I know at the moment from Twitter. AD is starting at the 5.
All right.
He's gonna go boo hoo hoo, but that's.
All right, Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict McCarthy are your
lottery. That's a lottery
teams. I think is best. It's what's best for this team. Just embrace the rebuild. Detroit Pistons, lottery team, potential play-in, but I don't expect it with Bagley getting hurt. Jaden Ivey, from what we've seen in the
wait a second. So they stacked up on Bagley and Knox.
Yeah, pretty much. The 2018 all-time Bucks team. Oh, you need Mo Bamba now.
This time, Mo Bamba. If Memphis can get another superstar, they can make their. Memphis is already making noise.
Lillard and Morant ain't good.
I would.
Memphis also. Memphis, to be honest with you, Ashton, Memphis maybe was a top 3 seed this year. And I mean, even with Jaren Jackson,
they're already making noise.
They're making their noise. I expect we'll get into them a little later, but I expect them to be.
If anything, they need a Paul George type of player, not a Damian Lillard.
I mean, Desmond Bain is all right, but I mean,
to be honest, they kind of have that Paul George as kind of like player in terms of secondary scoring and Jarrett Jackson. That's his name, right?
Jaren Jackson, he can't stay out of foul trouble. Fouls didn't exist. Jaren Jackson might be an all-time elite player, but he always fouls out. Desmond Bain is solid. He's like Paul George.
Listen. All that guy got to do is just stand in front of the guy. He does not need to go in for any reach-ins or any hard fouls. So he just got to stand in front of his guy. That's all he needs to do and just be the offensive dude that we expect him to be.
All right, now for the fun team.
I'm not promoting bad defense, by the way, but that's the best way for him to stay out of trouble until fourth quarter comes.
All right, Orlando Magic. Honestly, I think depends on health. This is if health is not a factor.
Lottery play.
They're not going to get in the. They will not be in the lottery if health is not a factor.
Lottery unless play-in at best. First round exit.
I'm all right with what Fultz said. I'm saying 4 seed. That is their ceiling. And look at his face. Yeah. No, I am dead serious. That team, if health is not a factor and Markelle plays more than 70% of the games this year, that team makes over the 8th seed.
You're buying a lot of stock into Paulo and those guys.
Oh, did you not see what they're doing? Like, Franz Wagner is literally the epitome of what you want from a secondary superstar. And then,
I know that, but I mean, to say they're the 4th seed, I might give them 6th seed at best, but not 4th seed. Unless the Eastern Conference gets shaken up that badly, at best is pushing it. I see him as a 6 seed. No disrespect, which is like a huge jump for Orlando fans. You should not be complaining at all. But to say a 4 seed,
no, that is their ceiling, is what I'm saying. I don't expect them to be a 4 seed.
No, their ceiling is a 6 seed, my man, not a 4 seed. It's a 6 seed.
You would not a believer.
Listen, at least I have them in the playoffs. At best, they could be potentially lottery team or potentially playoff team, but definitely not a top 5 seed in the East.
Well, it depends on if management takes over that team and says you're tanking for Wembanyama, which is a very likely possibility because they just ooze over apparently tall guys with very long arms.
See what happens with the Orlando
but
Magic.
They got one more brand. They got the Equate brand of Wembanyama and Bol. So, like I said, if health is not a factor, I'd expect them to do good things.
Traffic cone on defense. Just remember that. He's a traffic cone on defense.
You just don't like to have fun. But all right, we already did Warriors, we did Lakers, we did Grizzlies. All right.
If you call that fun, I call that insanity. 4th seed? Listen, maybe 6th seed, but not 4th seed. That is just nonsense. I would rather hear you say Pelicans are top 3 seed than that. At least that's more believable than that.
I was gonna say that.
You said it last week, bozo.
I know. All right, Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks is a top 4 seed in the West, I think. Anywhere between 4 and 7.
Who they got to make them a top 4 seed?
They brought in they still got Luka. They got Christian Wood now. Okay, let me just pull it up.
Wait, Mavericks got Christian Wood?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that. That does change things.
Christian Wood's like an easy 20 and 10 guy, and he just does it.
That's the secondary guy Luka needs. That's the secondary guy they need.
All right, give me a second. I'll pull it up and I'll tell you that team.
Remember the days when people thought Spencer Dinwiddie was going to be a better replacement?
They got Jaden Hardy, boy. That boy a baller.
Who?
Jaden Hardy. He's from they got him in the second round from the G League, but that guy's a bona fide scorer.
Hey,
they got Dinwiddie. They brought in Dinwiddie to be replaced.
Dinwiddie's been struggling. Let's not put too much hype.
Actually, Dinwiddie was there since last year, but like,
yeah, he got traded from the Wizards.
Yeah, but he was solid in the playoffs. He was solid in the playoffs.
He was not all that. Right?
Him and Brunson combined with Luka was the main reason. Them two as secondary scorers were the main reason why they upsetted Phoenix, and is why I have them over Phoenix again. So you have them as anywhere between a 4 to 7 seed in the West. Utah Jazz lottery team. I expect them to be one of the top 5 worst teams in the NBA.
They're lost.
They're in a full rebuild right now. So Denver Nuggets. I'd see them anywhere between a 5 and a 9 seed.
With Jamal Murray coming back?
Okay, fine. Anywhere between 3 and 8.
I guess. I mean, besides Warriors and Grizzlies at top 2, they could be from 3 to 7. To be honest,
I had to think about it. That one I don't know yet because I know we said injury's not a factor, but Michael Porter Jr. is like an exception to the injury, not a factor, because that guy, his back is just like a ticking time bomb, it feels like, with the biggest uncertainty in basketball.
Anyways, let's talk about the T-Wolves. There might be some hype.
T-Wolves, I see them. They can finish anywhere between 4 seed. Anywhere between 4 and 8.
I mean, unless something bad really happens.
I'd expect they trade D-Lo before the deadline. I would not be out of the realm for them to do it. If they're struggling, I'd expect him to because they're not going to pay him next season. But Anthony Edwards is weighing more than Karl-Anthony Towns is kind of concerning.
He
did lose a lot of weight because he got sick, but Cat being less weight.
Well, here's the thing. We haven't heard too much injuries from Anthony Edwards too much. So I'm not too concerned of it. Now, if it was like Zion and where he's like hurting every now and then you know, that's something different. But Anthony Edwards, I don't think he has been hurt too much. So I'm not sweating too much on Anthony Edwards' health yet. You would be more concerned about Rudy Gobert's health or Karl Anthony Towns' health.
All right.
Hold
on, I'm reading something here.
What is going on? Oh my god.
All right, sorry, I got completely distracted. They're bringing back a new Percy Jackson series, so I got kind of distracted. That's childhood back right up again. My apologies for that. But I like. Actually, let's do the Pelicans first. Pelicans, we kind of did them last week, but we'll just go over it. I mean, you got CJ, you're gonna have Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones is a lockdown defender, Zion, Valanciunas. That team can finish anywhere between 3 and 8. I know it's like a lot of 3 and 8 finishes, but like realistically, I expect them to be like the 6th seed in the West, but I can see them sneaking up and just going off and finishing as a 3 seed. What about you, Flash?
For which team?
On Pelicans, you zoned out just as bad as me.
No, I was reading something. Okay, I say like a 4th seed. I mean, unless the Clippers get banged up or something, I just think they'll be.
I think the Pelicans finish better than the Timberwolves.
I could see that. I do think they're better constructed than the Timberwolves at the moment.
I expect wherever the Pelicans land, I expect the Clippers as well to be either a 1 above them or 1 below them. I think Pelicans and Clippers both finish above the Timberwolves. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't trust Rudy Gobert. I mean, he's like defensive player of the year, but I mean, I don't know how you have those two big guys work, even though they're like polar opposites of each other. We'll see. But with the Clippers, we kind of already touched up on them. I mean, you got Paul George, you got Kawhi. Those two are like 27 and 8 every night. So that's on health. But if they do come back how they were before injuries, I expect the Clippers to be top 3 seed.
It's official. Russell. Oh my God! Not
wrong. Rust.
Not a Lakers not a Lakers country.
Russell Wilson.
Let's ride Lakers. I ain't gonna lie, the Photoshop of Russell Westbrook and Russell Wilson's jersey, it does crack me up a bit. I'm not gonna lie. That
all right. Now what happened with Russ
and the Russ bus joke? I actually did find that one a little bit funny. I can't help it. I do crack up at it because it just makes no damn sense.
All right, to the point.
Russell Westbrook is expected to play tonight. It's expected.
We know he's expected to play.
No. Like, it is confirmed he's playing.
But we done knew that. Like, I thought you were going to say he started.
No, he was probable. It was probable, but doesn't.
But they said he was playing since yesterday.
No,
come on now. That's old news.
They said he was probable. Get it right.
All right, Spurs. I can see them maybe sneaking their way into the 10th seed, but I doubt it. I expect them to be a lottery team. Unless Keldon Johnson goes full all-star mode, which is not out of the realm of possibility with Keldon Johnson. I'm a believer in Keldon Johnson. I just don't know if it happens. I expect them to go full in for Wembanyama, or Scoot. They could use Scoot probably over Wemby, but that's just how it is. The Kings, they could be max an 8th seed. I expect them to probably be a lottery team, though. Not too high with them, unless Keegan Murray is like nuclear better than Anthony Edwards and Scotty Barnes the last 2 years. You're just back on your phone, zoned out.
Yeah, James Harden had a crossover and he airballed a 3, wide open 3.
All right, Kings. What do you think for the Kings? I expect them to be lottery.
Lottery.
All right, Blazers.
We have a very sad Sabonis there. We got Malik Monk, who's happy to have his money. They're a tanking team.
All right, Blazers. Do you think Dame carries with Shannon Sharp and
9th seed?
9th seed.
9th seed.
I can see it, but
assuming Dame Lillard doesn't get hurt. 9th seed.
All right, Thunder lottery. That's quick and easy.
Thunder, they just want to tank. They just love tanking. Rockets, tank. Tank.
Sorry, Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., and Jabari
How the
Smith.
hell
Y'all
did?
take them.
All right, let's go over to hockey.
Speaking of Kevin Porter Jr., Kevin Porter got $82.5 million, but we pretty much did all the teams.
$82.5 million
for 4 years, yeah. But DeAndre Hunter got 95.
I'm sorry, I'm tripping. I forgot NBA money is
a lot more than NFL. But all right, that takes us on over to NHL for a quick up.